Let's talk about alcohol sales because we talked about it during COVID, but of course, the holiday season is very important for a lot of these distributors. A recent report from American Medical Association found a 14% increase nationwide in alcohol sales during the pandemic. So for more on that and what to expect over the next month, we want to bring in Tony Latham. He's the CFO of Bacardi Limited. And Tony, great to have you on the program. Let's just start with, I guess, some of the trends that you've been seeing over the past couple of months. Alcohol consumption has been up, but many restaurants and bars, on the other hand, a lot of your customers have been closed for some time. What kind of impact has COVID had on your business?
Yeah, so we look at what we call the on-premise, bars, restaurants, nightclubs, sporting venues. That accounts for around 30% of our business. And so, for the most part of the last 6 months, much of that business has gone away. What we have seen is a surge in retail sales, which has been very welcomed, and an explosion in digital commerce. But of course, there's a bigger story here, and that's the millions of people's lives that have been affected through the closure of the on-premise. But some recovery through retail sales and an explosion in digital commerce has been welcomed from our side.
I think everybody would agree there's nothing better than maybe a little scotch on the rocks after battling with a major tech company over the new computer that doesn't work. But I'm curious, what are we drinking? Because Bacardi sells everything. I mean, I was pleased to learn that I think Grey Goose is in your portfolio, and I do like vodka too. So what is it we're drinking right now?
Grey Goose is indeed in our portfolio. What we have here in front of us today is a Patron Tequila Festive Fizz, made with our wonderful Patron Tequila brand. Rosemary simple syrup, some lemon juice, pomegranate juice, cranberry juice, all shaken and strained over ice and topped up with some club soda. It is absolutely perfect for the holiday period.
Tony, talking about that holiday period, we know Thanksgiving through New Year's Eve, some of the stats that you sent over is this make or break time period for the spirits brand. They typically do 30 to 40% of business during this period. Given though what's going on, what are some of your projections over the next month for sales?
Look, we're still expecting quite a strong quarter. As I mentioned, there's been a significant uplift or shift in volume from the on-premise to the retail environment, as well as digital commerce. We're also expecting a very strong holiday gifting period. There's lots of people looking for convenient, practical gifting solutions with a wow factor. And our wonderful portfolio of brands certainly offer that. And there's many options available now, limited edition bottles, ready-to-make cocktail kits, personalized and customized solutions. And so we're expecting a very strong holiday gifting season, as well as a continuation of the strong retail environment and the strong online commerce environment.
Is it difficult for those of us who do drink responsibly and want to enjoy adult beverages? I can't order directly from Bacardi, can I? I guess it depends on where I live, or do I have to go through a third party within the state? You got 50 different states and 50 different liquor regulations. How hard is that for a company like yours?
Well, yeah, there's a three-tier distribution system for distribution of alcohol in North America that's been around since the time of Prohibition. So, no, you cannot order directly from Bacardi. But what's emerged over the last 6 months in particular is a selection of platforms such as Drizzly, Instacart, Cocktail Courier, Reserve Bar, who are providing consumers with a really positive experience. Many consumers experiencing purchasing spirits online for the first time. Less than 1% of sales pre-COVID. We've seen explosive growth, as I mentioned, and anyone following those platforms will have seen very, very strong triple-digit growth over the last 6 or 7 months. So there are easy, convenient solutions available for consumers out there to get our wonderful brands delivered at their door.
And Tony, talking about some of the strategic moves that you've made recently, we know Bacardi has just acquired Tales. This is a brand that has really been expanding across Western Europe. When you're identifying potential opportunities, more names to bring under your brand umbrella, what are you looking for in those potential names?
Yeah, I mean, I think, over the last couple of decades, the board of management's done a wonderful job of building out the portfolio of Bacardi brands, such that it isn't just Bacardi anymore. And Adam, you mentioned Grey Goose. Of course, we've got Patron Tequila, Bombay Sapphire Gin. We're looking for positions where we can play in growth categories to meet consumer needs, whether that be on a brand basis or on a solution basis. I think Tales is a good example of a solution rather than a brand itself. And this particular solution is tailored towards the on-premise, actually, to bars and restaurants, but could very well become a consumer offering throughout Western Europe and the rest of the world over time. So we're looking at meeting consumer needs, finding solutions for them both in the liquid and the format we deliver it.
In North America, are we rum drinkers? Are we gin drinkers? Are we vodka drinkers? And is it the same in Western Europe?
Well, the beauty of what's happening in North America is that there's a great diversity of what consumers are enjoying from a brand spirits. I mean, some of the hot categories at the moment are obviously tequila. There's an emergence of gin in North America. Vodka and rum are two very strong traditional categories. All forms of whiskey, American whiskey, Japanese whiskey, etc. So there's a great diversity of American consumers enjoying many brands and categories. And what we're seeing is those trends over time play out around the rest of the world.
All right, Tony Latham, great to have you on the show, CFO of Bacardi Limited. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us.
Thanks very much.